welcome to another week of Philadelphia Eagles football. We are in what are these? Week 8, week 9? Whatever. I know we're playing the Saints this week. Last week sucked. I know I picked the Eagles to win by 3. It didn't happen by a long shot. It's kind of weird. I've been looking at, of course, some of the websites after a while has passed, so I was pissed. They're really applauding the Eagles for not turning the ball over, and they said they moved the ball well against Atlanta. I don't know what game they were watching. That game sucked. The only time we moved well is when we used Shady McCoy, which will come up in a little bit. So instead of beating a dead horse, kind of like some of the press conferences we have, we're going to maybe highlight some of the positives, not even just of what we might see tomorrow night, because right now it's Sunday night, but look back in our own history and, cheer on what we've done before, and then look to see what we can do better or just compete against what we've done in the past. Make it a little more fun, because other than that, this just sucks, right? So, Eagles historically have been actually pretty decent against New Orleans. I mean, we got blown out, what was it, 2009 or what? Yeah, I think it was. It was like 48-22 or some ridiculous crap like that. Last time we beat New Orleans was in 2007, and that was D-Mac. Yeah, I got a little pushover from up there. He actually did pretty well against them. Before that, we lost a couple times. It was close games. You remember the year where we lost twice in the same season, 27-24. So some of the things we think about when we think about playing the Saints, especially going to the Saints, a lot of our memories is in the Superdome. Who can forget Sheldon Brown's hit on Reggie Bush? That was awesome. And of course, that was my favorite moment, but my favorite game actually was the playoff game in 1993. I remember Randall Cunningham, we were losing, it was 20-10 going to the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden the Eagles blew it up. Randall to Fred Barnett. And the defense, some of my favorite defensive people, Reggie White came up big. Seth Joyner had a big interception. And Eric Allen used to be my favorite player, number 21 for the Eagles. He actually had an intercepted return, and I remember the Eagles scored like 26 points in the last 11 minutes. And we ended up winning. We ended up scoring 36 points. I think we won 36-20. So that's a little bit of history. Go back and learn your old Eagles history, especially during these tough times, because even if the Eagles lose, at least we learned stuff back in the day when things were cool and we had a really ferocious defense and at least an exciting offense. That was a little tougher than what we've got going on right now. But, I still hope for us to win now. Vic is still in. Like I said before, I'm not a Vic hater, but I just think in this system, unless they change something, they're still kind of doing the same thing. I think they have to give the ball more to McCoy, but who knows, right? And then who knows about this wide 9 sacks and whatever like that. So, that being said, we're going to look back to the last time we beat the Saints, which is 2007. And we're going to compare some of the stats that we think we're going to get tomorrow night and some of the stats that we actually did get from D-Mac and the crew in 2007 and see where we call things. So feel free to put your comments in on the bottom before the game starts, of course, and let's see who's right and who's wrong, whatever. And I think it'll be a little more fun than just pounding on the Eagles when they lose to whoever, if they are to lose. Now, some of these things I don't think is going to be a question. Let's see, in 2007 they had 24 first downs. We haven't been too much of an offensive powerhouse. This is a pretty bad defense, but as proven last week, the Falcons were like 29th in run defense, and all we do is pass it the first 2, so who knows what we're going to do with that. So first downs, I think we're going to do under than that. I'm going to call these ones out, but you give me your opinion. Rushing, 28 attempts, 184 yards. We haven't done that all season, even with Vic/McCoy. So I'm going to say under on that one. Passing 251 yards. I'm going to go on a limb here. We pass a lot. We're inside, and D-Jack has to blow up even more than he is now. I'm going to go over 251. All right. Passing 24 for 35 and 0 interceptions. That's pretty accurate. That's right on the money right there. I still think we have an interception in us. I think we do. I'm trying to play this one out, so I think, I think we're going to have more than 24 receptions, and I think we're going to have an interception. Okay, so we'll call it that. Sacked 3 times. All right. I'm going to go under on that one. And sacked, that means defense. Defense, I'm calling you out here. Sacked, we had 1 sack of Drew Brees in 2007. I'm going to say over on this one. I'm going to say we're going to go over 1 sack. So I think we're going to get 2. Babin's got to get a sack, and Cole's got to get a sack. So, come on, guys. You guys made it to the Pro Bowl, right? So get something this year. Fumbles, and we lost 1. So we had 3 fumbles and lost 1 in 2007. I don't think we're going to have that many. I think we're going to have 1. So I'm going to go under. All right. And passer rating. This is ridiculous. So in 2007, D-Mac had a passer rating of 119.1. I think I'm going to go lower on that. I think I'm going to go under. And Drew Brees had 73.9. Something tells me over. So, I mean, I'm never going to predict the Eagles to lose. But if they are to win, I think it's going to be uglier than that, because that was pretty much of a beating of the Saints. We scored 38 points against the Saints that day. We haven't scored. Have we scored up to 30 this year? I don't even know if we scored 30 points this year. So, in any one game. So, we have to eke out a win one way or the other if we do. And if not, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Foles is ever going to come in or whatever. But, we got to think of the positives. And on that note, too, a lot of disgruntled Eagles fans out there. I'm one of them. I get it. Things to do is to think about the past. And I told my buddy, I'm not going to be paying for games while we play like this, because I look at my kids and like, hey, get them a toy or get them, something in the college, or pay for a crappy Eagles game. Not necessarily. I'm still going to support them, watching them on TV. And when I walk around, I'm going to rock this. Yeah, look at that. This is the old school Eagles. I just don't have the poofy thing on the top. But these are the old school Eagles, 1980s puke green colored hats. I'm going to wear this for now on. Hopefully it gives the Eagles some, good defensive vibes or whatever like that. But at the same time, I'm not buying any merchandise or nothing. I'm just going to be just a regular Eagles fan that just wants to see the team win. And if not, I'm just going to, do some other things. It still annoys the crap out of me, but whatever. So, Eagles fans, stay tight. We were here before Laurie and Reed and all this other wide nine and all this whatever. We're going to be here afterwards. Hopefully, they're still here and we get a parade. If not, we'll wait them out and then we'll start rooting for the next guy, So let's just have fun rooting for the Eagles tomorrow night. Monday Night Football against the New Orleans Saints. Hopefully, Dallas loses today. Right now it's like 6-6. The Giants lost, so we can jump back in this, but it's up to us to do it. It's up to the Eagles to do it. I hope they do. And we'll see what we do on our over and unders. We'll see how close we got. And by all means, please put your comments down on the bottom and see what you pick over and under in all the categories that I did. And let's have a little more fun with this, because otherwise this whole season will be ridiculously frustrating if we expect on getting anything else. All right, so go Birds, go Philly, beat New Orleans. Let's do it. Go Birds!